Well, Greg in LA, and he has a little issue that we all have with Apple taking things away.
Apple taking things
Making
away.
things go away from their products.
Oh, Apple.
Oh, Apple.
You're just so Apple. Thank you, Kim. Hello, Greg. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.
Good morning, Leo.
Good morning.
Been following you for years. Love your shows ever since Screensavers.
Thank you
for everything you do.
Man, I've been doing this a long time.
Yes, you have.
But I like it. I like it. It's fun to watch things change, you know?
It is. It is. I've been using Mac since the early days, the Mac, the original one. And I'm sort of the designated IT person at my small company. And we bought some of these new MacBook Pros with the magical touch bar and all the new swanky features.
How's the reaction been to those?
I'm getting problems with them because we loaded them up with RAM, so they have a lot of RAM in them, 32 gigs and terabyte
Wait a minute.
storage.
How did you do that? I thought they were limited to 16.
I believe the new ones are 32. Anyway, it's maxed out. And we're using it for some kind of heavy-duty 3D scanning applications and stuff. So we take them to trade shows and demo them, and my salespeople can't figure out how to turn them on and off. That sounds like a basic problem, but it's a basic thing that they took away the Chime cord, so when you press the button, nothing happens.
Yeah.
You press it, and it's a black screen.
Yeah.
And it takes 15 seconds or so to complete the memory test. So you're just staring at it, wondering,
Frustrating.
is it on?
Yeah.
And they press it again, and sometimes they get frustrated and press and hold the button and then turn it back off. And
because they don't know what happened. Yeah.
Right. There's no feedback. There's
You're
no
saying
light.
that chime, they're like Pavlov's dogs, but instead of salivating, they just sit there patiently when they hear that chime.
Right. And there also used to be a little LED on the front that would glow when it was on. They took that away. So you can't tell when the lid's closed if it's sleeping or you shut it down.
This is very Apple. That's so Apple because their position is you shouldn't even be thinking about that.
Well,
their position is that just don't worry, let go and let Apple. We know what we're doing, and users should just, all they should really do is close the lid and open the lid, and everything else will take care of.
So right after we bought it, there was actually a little hack out there that you could type in the command line that would re-enable the time cord. And then with the next software update, they took that away.
Did they take that away, the NVRAM hack?
Yes, they did.
You're kidding.
No. So I'm just wondering if anybody in the chat room or anybody else has any new ideas.
Because I was all about to say, in a very smug voice, if you go to terminal, you can turn it back on.
Yeah, we been there, done that, but
it doesn't work anymore.
They broke it, yes. So we're frustrated. If anybody has any ideas, I don't know why they don't just put, they've got this touch bar. They could probably reprogram that to turn a little green dot on in the corner when you press the button.
Why do you? So you instruct your employees to turn off their laptops?
Well, we have to because if you go to a trade show or something and you use it and then you just put it to sleep, it may be 2 or 3 days before anybody ever uses that machine again, and it will go into a coma.
Right.
So,
right. No, and there are other reasons. Nowadays, if you travel overseas, it's my strong recommendation that you turn off all electronics before you try to get back into the U.S. Because otherwise they'll open up the laptop and suck all the data out of it, or they at least have the right to do that. So
there's nothing on these are.
I know, but it annoys me. It's like, I'm sorry, that's my stuff.
Well,
but they have the right to go through my bags too, so that's the rationale. It's just part of the re-entry process.
Well, anyway,
there are good reasons to turn it off. I never turn mine off ever, but I always use it every day, right?
Right.
So okay. So there was a command. It's a terminal command. You have to do it as root, so you'll have to use the sudo command, and the command is nvram, which is the non-volatile RAM, and you're actually that's a program that will let you set parameters in it, and in this case the parameter is boot audio, capital B, capital A, boot audio equals, and then you're going to do true, but because it understands hex, you do %01, or I guess that's octal, %01, which is the same as 1, and that supposedly, I haven't done it on my new MacBook Pro, turns the chime on. But you're saying now with an update,
That no
wow.
longer works.
Wow.
It used to work. Well, it's just like they took
Why
the
would they
headphone
do
jack
that?
away
That's I can understand them saying by default we're not going to do the chime, but I don't understand them eliminating a way that you can turn it on. Wow.
Well, I hope somebody from Apple is listening, and
yeah, I hope so too.
Reason for it. There is a good reason.
I hope so too, and I'm going to check around and see if there's a new way to do it. I'll play with my Mac at home. Let me ask you about the touch bar. Do your users like it or dislike it, or do they care?
We don't care. I mean,
you're paying extra. That's $100 extra right there.
Half the time these machines are booted into Windows 10, and
which doesn't do anything. Yeah,
it could have been the regular function keys. We don't care about that.
Right.
But we did need the faster graphics processor.
Yeah, well, that's the reason. This is where you're caught between a rock and a hard place. I would prefer to stick with the old style. In fact, they make one with the old style, but it's too slow. If you want the fastest processors, the most RAM, the fastest hard drives, the biggest hard drives, you have to get one with the touch bar. The good thing about the touch bar is Touch ID, and I don't know if you guys use that or care about that or not.
We don't really use it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice feature to have if it's a personal machine and you have mail and things on it, but we don't use it that way.
Yeah.
But it is, we don't have the problem that you've reported where you accidentally touch things on it.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah. So the upper left-hand corner by default is Siri and then the notifications panel, and it's right below the delete button. And I make a lot of mistakes. That's just me. Yeah. So I hit delete a lot, and it's not like I'm missing the delete button and hitting that other button, but if a little tiniest bit of your finger should just by chance, while the meat of my pinky is on the delete button, the littlest tiniest part should briefly swipe the Siri thing. It wakes up and says, "Yeah, what do you want?" "Hello." And it's like I'm in the middle of doing something, so I find it very annoying. But nevertheless, this is something we suffer with. I will, chat room, and I will both look for a way to re-enable the chime. I thought that NVRAM command would work. That's a little disappointing. But let me check for you. Hey, thanks for the call, Greg. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.